The Kansas City Chiefs have built themselves into one of the most winning organizations that we have ever seen, and they really are not that far off from being a dynasty. They have a winning culture, and under Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, it just seems like they can figure out how to win no matter who is on the team. And after the Bills traded with them to move up in the draft and they were able to take Xavier Worthy, I think this Chiefs team is even more dangerous than ever. Last year, we saw this team win a Super Bowl in a different way than they usually do. They were winning ugly. For some teams, winning ugly is an identity. They want to play great defense, run the ball effectively, and create splash plays here and there. But up until last year, that was not even remotely close for what the Chiefs were known for. They were known as a high-flying offense that could put up 30 versus any team, any week. Last year, the Chiefs had to adapt and improvise. Without a star wide receiver in the lineup, defenses were able to give so much more attention to Travis Kelce. This, amongst other things, led to Patrick Mahomes having a subpar season for his standards as he threw a career-high 14 interceptions. Yet, they find a way to just be good enough in every game, and that's what matters, and ultimately, they won the Super Bowl. But this year, I think they get back to the offense that everybody has feared for years. Finding a consistent run game was always a problem for the Chiefs, but last year they did, and I think that carries over into this year, which will force defenses to respect it more and change their formations. In turn, Patrick Mahomes will be getting more opportunities to hit more open receivers for big plays and touchdowns. While I'm not sure what's going to happen with Ried, I still really like the offensive core that the Chiefs have. They still have arguably the best tight end in football with Travis Kelce, and I think Sky Moore will only continue to grow as a receiver. They also made two huge additions by going out and getting Hollywood Brown from the Cardinals, and also of course drafting Xavier Worthy from the University of Texas. Those two are the dynamic speedsters the Chiefs have needed since they traded away Tyreek Hill, and I think it will take their offense over the top, just like they will be taking the top off defenses. And speaking of defenses, let's talk about the Chiefs D. The unit finished second in total defense, allowing just 289 yards per game, and were also tied for the second fewest touchdowns given up on the year with 32. They were led by their star defensive tackle Chris Jones and lockdown corner L'Jarius Sneed. But this year, the Chiefs won't have Sneed as he was signed by the Tennessee Titans. No doubt those will be some big shoes to fill, but I'm confident the Chiefs will find a way. Defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo is an absolute genius who always seems to get his defense playing their best ball at the right time. So while there might be some early season struggles in the secondary, by the time the playoffs will be around, they should be just fine. One guy that I think will make a big jump is third-year corner Trent McDuffie. The Chiefs used a first-round pick on him in 2022 out of Washington, and he has shown some signs that he can be a great corner in the league. Safe to say, he has a nose for the football as he forced 5 fumbles last season, which was 3rd in the league. Highly impressive from the corner position. And unlike last season, I think the offense will get back to taking a lot of pressure off this defense. So between that and the additions made in the draft, I think they'll be alright. Now moving on to the draft, the Chiefs had 7 picks this year and had a really balanced class. In the first round, the Chiefs decided to trade up with the Buffalo Bills and draft an absolute speedster in Xavier Worthy, a wide receiver from Texas. Worthy ran a combine record 4.21, but has shown that he also knows how to use his speed in other ways of running straight go routes. This pick was a home run for the Chiefs, and it will be highly disappointing if Worthy doesn't make an instant impact with Mahomes throwing him the ball. It is also a great schematic fit for the team, as they will have Hollywood Brown on the other side, not allowing defenses to cheat one way, which should lead to a lot more big plays that the team was missing last year. In the second round, the Chiefs made another trade, this time with the 49ers, and selected OT Kingsley Sumatea from BYU. Now the Chiefs did draft a tackle in last year's draft who got some starting time, but this is clearly going to create some competition for an offensive line that ranked second to last in run block win rate. The Chiefs didn't trade up just for this pick to sit the bench. Moving on to the 4th round, where the Chiefs had 2 selections, the first being tight end Jared Wiley out of TCU. The Chiefs run more 2 tight end sets than just about anyone in the NFL, and is something coach Andy Reid loves to take advantage of. For right now, Wiley probably comes in as depth, but will have an opportunity to make an impact on special teams. Their second 4th round pick was safety Jaden Hicks out of Washington State. Hicks is a very versatile defender that can move away from his home at the safety spot, which could be very intriguing for a defensive mastermind like the Chiefs have. This will help Hicks get playing time as the Chiefs have a few veterans in front of him at the safety position, which could also help his development in the league. The Chiefs rounded out the draft by going offensive line, corner, and offensive line again in the 5th, 6th, and 7th round. Clearly, the Chiefs had a plan in this draft to make sure they got depth on the offensive line and in the secondary that they hope could make a splash and make an impact. Their 6th round pick, corner Kamal Haddon from Tennessee, is listed at 6'1", 200 pounds, which is the size the Chiefs usually prefer in their corners. It's another choice for Spagnuolo, as the Chiefs have now drafted 6 corners in the last 3 drafts. Overall, this is a draft class that will most likely go under the radar, but one that has a ton of potential. Now this year, the Chiefs will try to do something that has never been done in the history of the NFL, and that's win 3 consecutive Super Bowls. It has been hard enough for many modern day teams to even win 2 in a row, so winning a 3rd has a David vs. Goliath type of feel to it. But if there's any team that seems to be up to the challenge, it's the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes has already inserted himself into the GOAT conversation, which, the more you think about, the more insane it gets. But that is exactly the QB and leader you need if they want to pull off the impossible. The impossible will take place in a year for the Chiefs where it almost feels like they need to bounce back. Yes, after winning the Super Bowl, the Chiefs are looking to bounce back and get back to their ways of being absolutely dominant. But will this be the case? Only time will tell. And looking at their schedule for the 2024 season, it's honestly not going to be easy, but I think at this point, all that matters is getting into the postseason. They've proven they can win in pretty much every situation. They're going to go through the AFC North, which is the toughest division in football, and then they got to face the Texans, Bills, 49ers, and the Buccaneers, who could also be pretty good. I still expect this to be an 11-12 win team, but nothing is going to come easy. Like I said, Patrick Mahomes truly has put himself into the conversation to be one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. Obviously, he is still super far away of even sniffing the accomplishments that Tom Brady has, but to already have 3 Super Bowls is an incredible start, and he just has that ability to will his team to victory that very few guys have. And the Chiefs extending Andy Reid was a very good and obvious move to make. To me, he's the best head coach in the league, and it was crazy seeing how Kelce literally shoved him last year. But I guess they got through that, and winning a Super Bowl definitely helps. But that was borderline assault. For now, let me know what you guys think about this team's chances of winning their 3rd straight Lombardi trophy, and their team as a whole heading into the season. As always, be sure to like and subscribe, as it only takes a few seconds, and you won't miss any of the content that will be coming out in the future. Thank you so much for watching.